Veal Marsala, served with the most amazing fettuccine, green beans and blistered tomatoes. The most important thing first, the veal. This is a slice, almost like a scallop of veal that's taken from the cushion. The cushion sits on the end of the strip loin, so it's just above the butt, so it's very tender, hardly any fat in there whatsoever. So you have to be very careful. We cook it quickly, let it rest. 2 pieces of veal, lay them in between the parchment paper, and then roll nice and thinly. And the secret here is to evenly roll out the protein. That way you get this really nice, super crisp escalope. Beautiful. Now, take your flour, season it with salt and pepper. And I want a little bit of heat, so I'm going to use a touch of smoked paprika and then just give that a little mix. Now, from there, lay the veal in and dust it both sides. Lightly dust the veal because there's no fat inside this veal. It's almost like a sort of buffer. It protects the veal. Now, cooking that veal, it's so thin, it takes literally 30 seconds each side. The flour gives it colour, but the most important thing is getting in, getting it seared, and then we'll make the masala sauce. Hot pan, olive oil in, season the veal, salt, pepper, both sides. Get that pan really nice and hot. So important. Lay away from you. First one in, second one in. Overcook it, it's like leather. Cook it beautifully, and it tastes incredible. 30 seconds each side. Hold and flip. There's the colour. Again, up and in. Once you've got that nice colour on there, take them out and let them rest there. Now, the base of the masala sauce. Touch of fresh olive oil in there. Shallots in, garlic in, mushrooms in. Now saute those mushrooms. The secret here is to get a bit of colour on those mushrooms. Season, salt, pepper, touch of butter in. And this is where the base of the sauce starts to make an impact on the dish. Beautiful. We've got the colour on those mushrooms. This is where we start to use the masala. Masala is like a fortified wine. Gas down and deglaze the pan. Masala in and flambe. Beautiful. Just the flavour washing through the bottom of that pan. It's incredible. We reduce that down to we call in the kitchen a syrup. And the reason why it gives that body, that weight to the sauce. Once all that masala is reduced down, got this nice sweet, sticky syrup in there. Get your chicken stock and just literally half a cup in there. And that's the base of the veal masala sauce. From there, sprinkle in chopped oregano in, a little bit of thyme flowers. Turn down the gas, let that simmer, and just add a couple of little knobs of butter. That gives a nice sort of richness to the veal masala. Just literally fold that in. From there, lift up your veal, and very carefully just place that veal in. Second one, in, and then spoon over that incredible mushroom masala sauce. Let that sit there and rest. As that veal sits in there, it tenderizes even more. Let it cook out now for 3.5 to 4 minutes. Green beans, hot pan. Get this pan really nice and hot. Now, green beans. Everyone's bored with green beans, so I'd love blanching them in hot boiling water, 30 seconds, shocking them in ice water, and then sauteing them. Beans in. Salt, pepper, a little touch of chili flake, and then sprinkle that with your chopped shallots. Garlic in. Hit it with a touch of olive oil, and then add your tomatoes in there. Beautiful. As the tomatoes burst, it gives that nice sweetness to the beans. It's a great way of eating green beans. And I want those tomatoes to sort of blister down and almost become like a sort of enriched tomato puree. Once you see the tomatoes blistering, it's time to hit the pan with sherry vinegar. Turn the gas down and then just deglaze with a touch of sherry vinegar. And that gives a really nice light pickling flavour to the beans. From there, a little sprinkle of chives. And that is a delicious way of eating green beans. Beautiful. Fettuccine, rapidly boiling water. Salt, fettuccine in, and then turn that round. As it starts to cook, it softens, lid on, and cook that for 8 minutes. Drain that pasta out. Once you've drained the pasta like that, it's really important now to hit it with a seasoning. Salt, pepper, fresh chives just sprinkled over the pasta, and then a nice touch of Parmesan cheese. This almost sticks the pasta together. And then finally, just a teaspoon of olive oil. Take your fork and then just mix that together. That's a beautiful way of finishing that fettuccine. And then we're ready to plate. Get your fork and start knitting, literally lifting up those strands and turning. The cheese is melting and that's sticking the pasta together. And you're forming this beautiful roll of fettuccine. You want it nice and straight. And then give it a little haircut. Any little dangly bits, take them off so it sits nice and even on the plate. You've got your perfect roll onto the plate and just sit that on there beautifully. Beans will twist onto the centre. It's a great base also for the veal. And then the magic, the veal sat tenderising inside that masala. Beautiful. Then take the rest of your sauce, start spooning that sauce over. And then finally, just finish that fettuccine with the aged parmesan. And that smells and looks incredible. And there we have the most amazing veal masala with fresh fettuccine sat on green beans with blistered tomatoes. Incredible.